Hello, it's Debbie from Create Pretty Things. Let's make a cute little sign to talk about the reindeers. We have this cute transfer, and one side says, "When what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer." And here's our deer, and then here's the names of all the reindeer. Some decorative embellishments up here. We are going to use these, I believe they're 6 by 18 frames. Now these are double-sided frames. One is white and one is brown. You can use both sides of these frames. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put one on one side and one on the other. So you could use this double-sided, but I'm going to use 2 frames. Now these are painted wood, and we're going to apply a layer of surface wax on these. So I'm just going to go ahead and use a paper towel. My little applicator is being washed. So I am applying this thin layer of wax. I'm not going to paint these or anything. I'm just going to go with the natural color that they're coming with. So one's going to be the white side, one's going to be the brown side. Now the reason for the wax is that when you chalk, you want a nice flat, even surface to chalk on, because that helps the transfer stick to the surface and the paste will not run underneath it won't follow the grains of the wood. It's kind of like putting a spackler or filler on your face to kind of fill in the little holes just to make a more even application. That's exactly what this surface wax is going to do. So I'm putting on the surface wax. You just want a thin layer, and I think I may have overdone it here. But you basically want to put on a thin layer and buff it off. And mine is getting towards the bottom of the jar, so it is a little bit thicker and not spreading quite as evenly as it used to. Just going to get off that piece right here. And then we will begin to design our signs. All right. So do you guys remember all the names of the reindeer? I would have to think about it if I didn't have this sign in front of me. So make sure that I don't have any lumps of wax anywhere. Everything looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put my surface wax away. This was called surface wax. You can use any wax that's made for wood. And we are going to think about this for a second. So I think what I'm going to do, these I went ahead and pre-cut. So I cut down here. This is a separate piece. And guess what this is right here, guys? I was staring at that for quite a while going, where does that period go? These all have periods at the ends of the names. Where does that period go? Let me know if you can tell me where that little dot goes. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and peel this off. Now these are silkscreen transfers. They are sticky. They are reusable between 8 and 12 times. So if you buy one transfer, you can make many, many signs out of this. If it's something that you want to do as gifts or to sell, you can do them over and over again. What I'm doing right now is I'm fuzzing my transfer. These are sticky, but you want to reduce the stickiness a little bit because you don't want them to stick so hard that they stretch out when you pull them up. So I'm just adding some lint. You can use a towel, you can use a fuzzing cloth, you can use your shirt, whatever you want. Now I think I'm just going to put this on here and put the reindeer at the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of lay that down, and this does fit perfectly in this frame. I'm going to go ahead and take my deer, and let's see how it's going to lay. Whether I want to move that up or not, we're just going to kind of lay it out and see how it's going to fall. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to want to move this up a little bit. Let's see if I move it all the way up. What does it look like? And I do want it to be straight, so. See what this looks like down here. Oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, basically take up the whole shape, the whole size. Maybe I can move this up a little bit of my board. And this is going to be a simple design, guys. It's quick and simple tonight. As you guys jump on, please let me know where you're watching from. If you see the red live button at the top, I'm live. If you don't see it, you're watching the replay, just comment hashtag replay. Let me know where you're watching from. Feel free to give this a heart and share it out to your friends. Let them see what kind of fun things they can do, what kind of high-end DIY creations they can create. Let's have some fun with this. You know, this whole holiday season is about fun. Fun with the kids, fun celebrating. We're just gonna have fun. Now you do wanna make sure that you don't have any air bubbles underneath your silk screen because that'll cause the bleeding. And this looks pretty good. Okay, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, I didn't cut this, or did I? I don't think I separated this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put, these things scare me, guys. I think I'm gonna put this embellishment up at the top. It's just a little swirly embellishment. And then I'm gonna put the names down here. I forgot to wax that one piece, that's okay. I mean, to fuzz it. I'm gonna fuzz it just so it prevents it from stretching up. You wanna take really good care of these transfers because they are reusable. So if they stretch out, your design may be a little warped and you don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna try and fuzz this just so it's not quite as sticky. It'll peel up easier that way. And let's see, this looks crooked to me. Take that off. So these are repositionable. They are sticky, which makes them nice when you need to reposition them. I do want my words on straight. So, can I fit this at the bottom? No. Okay, so I'm gonna move this down just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and put my design up here again. This looks like it needs to be gold to me. It needs to be gold. I think these are gonna be black, with the exception of Rudolph. You guys, the keyword for tonight is reindeer. So if you type in reindeer into the comments, you'll get a link back to your messenger and it will lead you to a shopping cart, a pre-built shopping cart. You can look at that, and if there's anything that you want to modify in that cart, please feel free to modify. Change the colors. There's 2 paste packets in there. I just put the black and the white, but I am using this Shimmer Crimson tonight, and also a color that you're not going to be able to get, which is Nominee. It was the color of the month, but it's beautiful. You could put gold in there if you want to. But the paste packets, I only put 2 in there, but they're on special. I think it's buy 5, get 1 free. But there is a special if you need more. So those are in there. I did put a squeegee. I put a board eraser, the transfer, and 2 of these box frames. Now, if you decide you didn't want 2 and you wanted just to buy 1 and do both sides, you could do that as well. That would work out just perfect. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, there's a blob of paste right there. I'm going to get that out. I want to do my reindeer. I'm going to use this beautiful color Nominee. It was introduced a couple months ago. Every month, on the first of the month, we introduce a color of the month, which is exclusive. It's meant to be in limited quantities, so if you want it, you need to get it as soon as it releases. You don't know how long it's going to last. When it sells out, it's gone. But look how beautiful this color is, guys. It is gorgeous. I'm just going to put a little bit on my squeegee. This is the tool we use to put our paste on. And I'm not sure if this is going to show up really well on this dark wood or not. Like I said, this board is double-sided. One side is light white and the other side is a honey brown. So I'm just applying this paste. I'm smoothing it out so it's an even application. And I'm gonna go ahead and peel this up and see what it looks like. Now before I remove it, yeah, I'm gonna take a look and assess whether I like it. I think it's too light for this. I think it's too light. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go over this with the black. Or should I make it white? Maybe I'll do white. I'm gonna do this whole sign white. So I'm gonna make sure this is down again. And I'm gonna go over it with white. So here's my white. I'm at the tail end of my jar. I'm just gonna make sure it's mixed up pretty good. This seems a little loose to me. If it's loose, it may run. Let's see if I have another one. I do have another paste. I'm gonna use this one. This one looks a little thicker. So a lot thicker actually. So I'm just gonna take some of this paste and I'm just gonna smooth it right over my surface. All my letters, anything that is see-through is where the paste is gonna go through down to the surface. I'm gonna go over my deer as well. We'll see how this is gonna work going over it. I'm not sure. Now I'm just gonna go over and take off some of my excess paste. This will help it dry faster. It'll make it have an even application so it's not as lined. And we're gonna take it off while it's still wet. You do wanna make sure it's wet when you take it off. If it dries in the silk screen, it's gonna stay with the silk screen and it won't go down to the surface below. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take off my deer first. Can you guys see this? Let's do it together. I'm gonna peel this down. Now remember I did gold underneath it first. And actually it looks really good. It looks good. Okay, so I'm gonna put my transfer over here and I'm just gonna go ahead and get my little my little dish mat over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and place this transfer on here and get it wet. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cap up my gold because I'm not gonna use it. It just didn't show up on that. Well, I am gonna use it on that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get this wet and let it sit there. We're gonna take off this other one and take it down slowly because if there's anything that you want that you missed, like I missed a little bit of that top of the H right here. I'm gonna re-chalk it. For some reason it doesn't want to go. And I am going to redo the Y here too. I think what's going on is it's drying. Yeah, boy. Okay, so it's kind of drying in my silk screen a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of water on my finger and I'm gonna try and rub that through. Which may cause a little bleeding, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's see if it looks better. Yeah, okay, that's looking better. So if your paste is too dry, you can add a little bit of distilled water to it. Mix it up really good. That looks better. And you don't want to do too much water or else you're going to have it kind of bleeding. It'll run. So see the benefit of pulling it down slowly? Oh, this is really... So another thing they say you can do is get like a water wipe and just lay it on top. Wow, I'm having a hard time with this one. Let me see. Yeah, here's a water wipe. So This is just a plain old water wipe. And you can just go ahead and press it down so that it gets a little bit of water gently. It moistens that paste. Let's see if that's helping. Not really. Well, we're having a hard time with this one, guys. Okay, we're just going to kind of lay this on here. We're hoping just to kind of release that paste. There is paste in there, but it is kind of drying. And we don't want it to dry. There we go. Well, this just isn't working out, guys. It just is not working out. All right, so that didn't quite work out, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to wipe this off. It's still wet, and I had a layer of wax under here. Normally, these are not reusable. But since it was still wet, it had a layer of wax, I think I can get this off and retry it. So yes, no, normally these are not reusable surfaces. I'm gonna go ahead and get what's called my board eraser. I'm gonna wipe this off. And I may just do a different color. It might be that my white paste is just the wrong consistency. It's very old. So that's disappointing, guys. That's disappointing. I'm gonna go ahead and dry this up. My deer looks pretty good though. Okay, I've got it back to normal. We'll wax that again in just a second. Let's go ahead and try this black. I think I'm going to give up on the white on that one and maybe just do black. Let's try it. Kept up these whites. Clean up my mess. Okay, guys, let's try again. This one, we are going to do our shimmer crimson for the little decorative swirl at the top. And we're going to do it for Rudolph at the bottom. The word Rudolph. Now this is a shimmer, so it's got a different feeling to it when it goes on, but they're really pretty the way they catch their light. I'm going to do Rudolph. Okay, let's go ahead and take off our decorative embellishment at the top slowly so we can assess. Looks perfect. Let's peel up our Rudolph because we want it not to dry in the silk screen. So we're going to peel it up a little bit. And it looks good. Now I'm just gonna let this kind of flop down, and I'm gonna do the rest of this in black. So here's my black paste. Get a little bit on my squeegee, and we're just gonna go down and cover up anything that's white where you can see the surface below. And as you need more paste, you can get more, but really you can probably just take some from above. It doesn't take a whole lot of paste to do this, guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of go down, take off any excess, smooth it out. Make sure I have a good application, and let's take this off. Pull it down slowly. I kind of work my way to the middle, guys, so I don't stretch the transfer. And this is looking perfect. Perfect. What do you guys think? Give it a heart. We did something. We did it. So this one is good. I'm going to go ahead and clean these transfers real quick, and we're going to try the other part of the sign again. So put that here, this here, and I'm really wanting to do it either, well, the gold's not going to show up. The white is a wrong consistency. The red would be pretty. So we're going to clean the transfer. So I'm going to show you how to do that real quick, even though we're not finished. I'm just going to wet down everything with regular plain old tap water. Wipe off the top. And we're looking to get all that paste out of the silk screen. When you go to reuse this, which you can between 8 and 12 times, you need it to be clean before you get started. So remember, they're sticky on the back. The black is the hardest to clean up. And now I'm going to use what's called a board eraser, which I showed you guys a minute ago. This is like a magic eraser sponge, except it doesn't have any chemicals in it. And it's going to do most of the work for you. It really pulls all that paste out of the silk screen for you. You do want to do both sides, so flip them over. And remember that the back side of these are sticky, so be more careful. You want to protect that adhesive so that you don't, so that you can reuse these many, many times. Okay. Rinse your sponge out as you need to. Flip this over and spray it. Now remember, you had put lint on the back of this. So you may have little pieces of lint. I think this is a piece of paste. But just make sure you clean it all up before you put it away. And remember, this one we're going to reuse because we had to start over with this one. I see a little bit of paste in this S. Okay, and then on this one, this is the hardest one of all because of the black. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and dry these, and I'm going to put them back on their backer sheet as I go. So this one we're going to reuse. So I do want to make sure it's completely dry. And the dark colors may stain your transfers. See how this is stained? It's okay, as long as your silk screen is clean, you're good to go. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add this back to my backers. See if I can remember how they went. I think this one went here. So the sticky side is going to go to the, well, to whatever side it came off of. Now this is, some of them have different colors. The newer transfers have yellow on the back. And you can tell that. Some of them has a shiny side. If it has a shiny side, then it's going to be sticky side to shiny side. If you can't tell, you need to mark your transfers before you get started. So I do have my nose here still. Oh, and I do have my Santa. Oops. And I need to do this one. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if the red would show up. Let's do it just black. Let's get my surface wax again. I remember we had waxed it before, but then I had to clean it all off. And actually my wax is at the bottom too. So I'm gonna heat this up just a little bit, make it easier to spread. And the wax is going to protect your surface and your transfer. Okay. Okay, so we got the Dasher Dancer. Let's do this. I'm going to make sure it's down all the way with no air bubbles. And I think we're just going to do this in black. Because I know my black is working, my white did not. I do feel like this is up a little high though. Okay, here we go, guys. Sorry for the delay. Okay, so just a little bit of paste, smooths right on. Just want to make sure I've got good coverage. Take off the excess. Let's peel it off. And let's see what we have. Excuse me. Okay, a lot better. Look at that. Perfect, guys, perfect. Perfect. Now, do you think we should, yeah, we should do the reindeer in black, I think. Hold on one second. Let's get this clean again. I'm so excited for the Christmas season. I love decorating for Christmas. Do you guys love decorating for Christmas? It's a little early, it may seem, but it comes up so quickly. I can't believe Thanksgiving is already next week, guys. Next week, and then we'll be full-blown Christmas. Full-blown. These newer transfers clean up so much easier than the older ones did. If you've ever used our older ones, these clean up better. These are the more translucent ones. So I just think that chalk is improving all the time. They're coming out with better and better designs all the time. New surfaces. And they're improving what they have. If you guys want to try this, there's something called our Chalk Couture Club, which is our monthly DIY subscription club. And it's $21.99 a month. It's a minimum 3-month commitment, but then you can cancel if you so choose to. But it's delivered right to your door at 8.5 inch by 11 inch transfer every month, 3 coordinating paste packets, and a chalkable shape, which is new. They've added that recently. A chalkable shape that matches your design, and it adds some dimension to your project and just some cuteness. It's really fun. But that is something you can sign up. Just type in the word club, and that will take you to a link where you can take a look at it. It'll give you, send you a message to your messenger, which will send you a link. So take a look at that if you're interested. You can try it. It's really easy, I promise you guys. It's really easy, really fun. You get to create some really wonderful home decor. I love it. And the transfers that come with Club Couture are exclusive to either designers and Club Couture members only. So you can't just buy those. And along with being a club member, they like to pamper their club members. And they always provide them different specials, discounts, deals, something special every month. So it's really a good program. So check it out. I think I want to do the Reindeer Black. So I'm going to go over that. So this will be the 3rd color we've done them. Let me make sure he's dry. Yeah, so since you can see through these, it's really easy to line this up with precision so that you can go over it again. Now, since this is just like one deer that I'm lining up, it's really easy. If you had multiple pieces like words and stuff, it might be a little harder. But this is just a small little element of the design, so it's going to be perfect. Okay, do it in black. Black is always my messiest. Clean my hands a little bit. Let's see what it looks like. Very nice. Yay! What do you guys think? Cute. Cute, cute. Let's clean this again. What do I do with my little towel? There it is. Okay, so we've had our share of teaching you guys how to clean tonight. That's for sure. Cleaning our transfers. So dry this up really well. When you're drying the side that's wet with this adhesive, it'll glide right over, but as it dries, the sticky comes back. I'm going to put it back on my transfer backer, and you do want to make sure that it is adhered properly without air bubbles, so protect the adhesion. Okay, this one's got a few bubbles. Okay, and now I'm going to dry my reindeer, and I'm going to add, remember I asked you guys what you thought this was? This little period? It's the nose, it's Rudolph's nose. Okay, so I'm just going to add his nose right there. And actually, I have a little tool from my artist tool set that I think will be just perfect for this. I'm going to make it red. Okay, and I really should have waxed this. It did okay though. And there's Rudolph's red nose. What do you guys think? Isn't that cute? Very cute. Okay, let me clean this one last time. Don't want to lose his nose. Okay, so here's what we have, guys. Well, it was kind of a learning experience for us, but we have our signs. I think it would go this way. So you could put these on the wall next to each other. You could stagger them. You could paint the frames any color you want. But aren't they cute? You could add bows or decorations, but I think they're good just plain. Let's see if I can get these straight. Yeah, I like them, guys. They were a little workout because my paste was dry, but they turned out really, really cute. I like them. I hope you do too. Comment the word reindeer. If you want the supplies to this, please feel free to share this with anyone that you think would love this. And like the page, follow the page, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.